Salesmanship. There is an art to being a skilled salesman. My father related an experience he had in England in 1939. He was in London and wished to purchase a Dunhill pipe. When he entered the shop, he noticed all the sales force were wearing formal attire. In response to his request to purchase a pipe, they laid a red velvet cloth on the counter. After donning white gloves, they carefully placed one pipe on the cloth. Another pipe replaced it, then another, until my father found one which he liked and purchased. During this entire time, he was not allowed to touch a single pipe. When I was in high school in the 1930s in Crawfordsville, Indiana, I was hired by Nick and Oak to be a salesman at Stack's, their men's clothing store, during the Christmas holiday season. The layout of the store consisted of counters on each side for the front portion of the store. On the left was located the men's hats, which in those days were a big selling item. On the right were shirts, ties, scarves, handkerchiefs, underwear, stockings, and accessories. The shirts were in a cabinet on the wall behind the counter. Further back in the store were suits and shoes. My first customer on the first day of work was a woman who requested a shirt. I asked the size and color she desired, and from the stack behind me selected one correct size and color shirt to show her. After looking at it for a period of time, she said that she would think about it and left the store. Nick had been watching me from across the room. He didn't interfere in any way with the sales failure. After she had left, he explained how to sell a shirt. What one does is take a stack of shirts in the correct size and spread them out on the counter. Then take an appropriate tie and place it on the colored shirt she had requested. She was looking at another tie, a couple of ties on other shirts of a different color. A handkerchief is then placed alongside the tie. By so doing, the customer has a choice and might decide that another color is better than the one she initially wanted. Using Nick's selling technique, I became quite a good salesman. It became an experience to see how much merchandise I could sell one customer. They may have entered the store to buy a tie, but by the time they left, they had also purchased a shirt, handkerchief, and cufflinks. Not only was I pleased, but the customer left realizing that he had a beautiful selection of fine haberdashery. Oak taught me how to sell a Stetson hat. I later realized that it was the same technique as the pipe salesman in London. When a customer desired to buy a hat, he was not allowed to touch it. It was too good for anyone but the salesman to handle. The proper size hat was selected by the salesman. The hat was caressed. The crease at the top was very carefully placed. The bill was gently bent down, and then the hat was placed on the customer's head by the salesman exactly as it should be worn. Different hats were offered to the customer, but he was not allowed to touch it or move it around on his head. Once he had decided on a purchase, the hat was carefully placed in a hat box and he was allowed to take possession. He left the store realizing that he had purchased the finest and forever wore it with pride.